Hi there. This is the Wolf of Williamsburg giving a shout out from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
That's my buddy the Bear of Bushwick. I'm an attorney and real estate broker specializing in residential and commercial sales. My purpose today is to give you a general overview of the occasionally ridiculous process of buying real estate in New York City. We're going to separate it into 1, the search; 2, the offer; 3, the contract; and 4, the closing. The search is the beginning and often the longest part of the process. Some people know exactly what they want, but for the vast majority of us that don't, the search helps tailor our approach. You may be uncertain of your price point, asset type, or even neighborhood, but with the help of your broker, you should be able to identify possibilities, check the best ones out, and gradually find the right fit for you. Sometimes it takes a day, a month, or even a year, but eventually you will find the perfect spot. The offer
Oh, yeah.
can be done in many different ways, but there are 2 things that every broker should recommend that you have in order to make a strong offer to the seller. A pre-qualification or pre-approval letter, and B, a proof of funds. A pre-qual is simply a bank saying that they would be willing, based upon your finances, to loan you money for your purchase at a certain interest rate. Generally, you don't want to get a loan for over 80%, so as to avoid property mortgage insurance, though we can discuss exceptions. A proof of funds is simply a snapshot of a bank statement showing that you have the remaining 20% available for your down payment. Together, these 2 things let the owner know that you're a strong buyer and that you mean business, which helps separate you from less savvy buyers. So, you make a qualified offer, you likely negotiate back and forth a bit, and hopefully you'll eventually agree on the terms.
Boom, you got a deal.
Not so fast, Bear. You actually do not yet have a deal. In New York City real estate, it doesn't matter if you have an agreement or they swear to you that you are good to go or anything like that. Instead, we move on to the 3rd and most important phase, the contract. The contract
We got a contract.
is the biggest thing in New York City real estate. After you've agreed on a price, a closing timeline, and possible contingencies.
Hold up.
You're right there, Bear. Briefly, there are numerous contingencies you can put into a contract, such as an inspection, which I generally prefer to have before you sign the contract, an environmental contingency, an architectural contingency, etc., etc. But the biggest one by far is a financing or mortgage contingency. This basically means that the contract and your 10% deposit is contingent upon you getting a mortgage.
This is boring.
All right, so these can get tricky. Please reach out to me if you have questions, but let's just move forward for now. Once the deal is agreed to, the seller's attorney will draft the contract, your attorneys will redline it and send it back, and eventually they'll compromise and find a solution. Here, you will sign the contract, put your 10% good faith deposit in escrow, the seller signs, and now you really do have a deal.
Oh, oh!
Relax, have a glass of champagne, and know that you are more than halfway there. So, the search and offer is mainly between you and your broker. The contract negotiation is mainly your attorneys, and once you're in contract, is predominantly the banker. The closing period is often, quote unquote, on or about 60 days. This on or about phrase is your lawyer's clever way of meaning that you can get an additional 30 days if you need. During this time, the banker will be getting your mortgage ready.
Hold up, what banker?
Now, getting a pre-qual is easy and take under 30 minutes. For an actual mortgage, I encourage all clients to speak with at least 2 reputable banks in order to make sure you get the best interest rate. Once you choose one, the bank will be working hard to certify that A, the building is lendable, and B, that your finances qualify you for a loan. This can take some time and unfortunately has the potential to be a bit tedious, particularly for foreign buyers. However, with your broker, attorney, and banker working on your behalf, a solution will almost always present itself. Once the loan commitment comes in, a closing is scheduled where everyone sits around a table and signs a million documents.
Tons of documents.
At that point, the home is yours, you have a bottle of champagne,
Yeah.
and you start thinking about decorations. Congratulations, you are now a homeowner.
Oh, oh!
Thank you, Bear. In conclusion, the process of buying a home in NYC is manageable, and if you familiarize yourself with these basic ideas, you will probably be fine. But having a buyer's broker for free,
Wait, the broker's free?
yes, because the seller always pays the fee of the broker that represents you, as well as the listing agent that represents the seller. It's generally a good idea, and the wolf
Oh!
is always a good bet. I'm happy to answer any questions you have and go over the process at any time. Be well and talk to you soon.